What's going on, everybody? Welcome. My name's Jason. This is Redfish Bluefish, the channel where we examine art, nature, and science through the lens of the aquarist. Now, before we get started with today's show, a bit of an explanation surrounding some changes to my channel that I'm sure that you've all noticed. About a week ago, I got two messages from friends of mine. Well, subscribers as well, but friends first, subscribers second. One of those types of things. And both of the message went something like, well, both were similar messages. Something like, dude, wow, what's up? I didn't think you were going to monetize your channel. And I was like, huh? What are you talking about? And the reply was, we're getting ads. Now, I don't know about you guys. A lot of you that subscribe to me are also creators of your own YouTube creators in your own right. I don't really watch my channel. I might review a video once it's uploaded, or after a live stream, I'll kind of skip through one and make sure, I don't pick up any problems, like audio problems, something I could have done better. But I don't really watch my channel. It just seems kind of weird to do that. Anyway, I went to my channel, and sure enough, all of my videos were getting ads. And not just ads, like mega ads, like non-skippable. On the computer, I was getting an overlay. I got an overlay ad on one of my videos, and I'm not monetized, right? I told you guys, I've said it at least a couple times. I decided going back over a year ago, well over a year ago, that I was going to start a channel, and I wasn't going to monetize it because there are just so many other channels on YouTube. If you're looking for a channel with ads in it, you don't need to look very far, right? Not on YouTube. So I just decided that I would keep it ad-free to keep that annoyance out of the faces of my subscribers. So I was really shocked when I started seeing ads, and I rushed to my channel. I went to, the, what is it called, monetization section on my channel, looking for controls. There are no controls. So what happened is, going back, I don't know, maybe about 4 or 6 months ago, YouTube updated their terms of use, their terms of service, to say they reserve the right to pre-screen channels that meet monetization guidelines but that are not monetized. They reserve the right, if those channels check out, to run ads on them. So obviously that's what happened. And the worst part of it is when YouTube does that, you're not monetized, which means when you log into it's called Studio. You log into Studio on YouTube, you don't have access to any of the monetization controls to like choke back ads or, choose which ads you get, how many, are they skippable, are they not? That's all gone. It's not there under your control panel because you didn't click that little button and agree to monetize. So it's pretty disappointing. I gotta admit it. I don't like the policy one bit. Thanks, Daniken Aquatics. First super chat ever. Appreciate it, brother. It means a lot to me. $5 super chat from Kenny E of Daniken Aquatics. So I went on ahead and I monetized my channel, and I choked it all back as much as possible. There were a couple of videos of mine that weren't suitable because it had copyrighted music in the background. There were a couple of videos where that happened, and YouTube's pretty good about flagging those videos and telling you outright that, oh, cool, you get a little pop-up. How nice. Appreciate that again, Kenny E of Daniken Aquatics. So this is what's crazy. When that happened and I clicked that button, and you answer a few questions. Yes, I agree to not do bad things. And yes, okay, I'll set up an AdSense account or whatever they call it. So I guess that's so they can pay you, if they pay you. What's funny is that when you monetize your channel, when you're eligible, and I've talked to people about this, Alexander Williamson, other friends of mine, I have tons of friends, Kenny E of Daniken Aquatics, and his wife Danny, they're monetized. I've talked to a lot of people about this, and the average is about 3 to 9 weeks once you click that button and they get a chance to review everything and look at your videos. The algorithm likes everything. 3 to 9 weeks is the approval period. 6 hours for me. It was 6 hours it took them to approve me. So clearly they had already pre-approved me. I guess their algorithm liked my channel, and they decided, we don't care if this guy's monetized or not. We're running ads. And run ads indeed is exactly what they did. Lots of them. So I've choked it back as much as possible. Hey, thank you. We got another $5 super chat from Patrick over at Dragon Lair. Appreciate it, man. It means a lot to me. Oh, I'm sorry. I've already missed one. And before Dragon Lair, we had a 99-cent super chat or a super sticker, I guess that is, from IHSP's Tank Tribe. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome. So that's kind of the story. That's why now you see the little super chat button and what have you. I have given no thought to the future of monetization. A lot of people are into it. There's a lot of different tactics. I just wanted to not get what do they call it, non-skippable ads that were on my channel. And the big thing is that drove me crazy. I logged in on my computer and checked out some of my videos. I was even getting the overlays. You know those overlay ads? They look like little banners on a website and they hover over the bottom part of the video. Oh my God, I hate those. And some of my videos were even getting those. That's what drove me crazy. And clearly that's, I hate to admit it, that's got to be YouTube's tactic. I mean, it's not accidental. So thanks so much again, guys, for putting up with the ads on the channel that said you won't be getting ads here. They made me a liar. EJ Fishes 76, another super chat, $4.99. Thanks so much, man. With a comment, Jason, you have a great channel. Thanks for all the great content. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. And Dragon Lair's comment that I should have read before. I'm sorry, I'm getting used to the super chat thing. Patrick says, we'll adjust to the ads, Jason. Just keep being you. Thanks, man. That means a lot. You guys are killer. And Danny Ken Aquatics, during his $5 super chat, said, it's about time, brother, my friend. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, so enough of the whinging about monetization and ads. They're apparently just a way of life now. No getting around it. Let's get started with the show. I have the top 10 early birds, and like I said last time, we're kind of doing it backwards now. We start at 10th place and we work down or up or however. We work from 10 to 1. So this time, in 10th place, we had Anthony's Fishy Friends. Thanks so much, Anthony. I appreciate it. And in 9th place, we had Leah Joan Jett. Thank you so much. 8th place, we had Patrick Dragon Lair. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. 7th place, we had Geek Boy. Geek Boy, thank you, my friend. 6th place was Sean, OOTD. And before Sean, we had, it was just barely before Sean, I noticed, we had EJ Fish's 76th, rounding out 5th place. 4th place, we had a good friend of mine, Kenny E, over at Danny Ken Aquatics. Unfortunately, Kenny is stuck at work today. See, I mix him up all the time because of the name. Kenny is stuck at work today. I hope that Danny's not stuck at work today. I hope Danny's at home chilling with their amazing collection of fish they have going on. And in 3rd place, Jeffrey Watts. Thanks so much, Jeffrey. Jeffrey's going to the beach, he said. He would not be joining us. I think it was. And in 2nd place, we had another one, Color Guppies. Right on, Color Guppies. And, drum roll. In 1st place, we had Senor Paul Soltero. Paul, congratulations on taking 1st place. That is awesome. And if you didn't place, not to worry, not to fret. Just show up at 8 a.m. Pacific, and that's when we're all in chat 2 hours before the show starts. We're chatting. I share some links to music that kind of gets me going in the morning sometimes. Who knows what happens in the pre-show chat? It's kind of a Wild West sort of situation. So, guys, the live stream said, oh, looks like we have 47 in here, and I don't know how many thumbs ups, but thank you all so much for putting up with me. We had 29 thumbs ups. That's awesome, guys. You rock. So, like the title of this live stream said, we have a massive order of fish that we placed. Finally, we've come enough. We've gotten enough work in the shop done, behind the scenes, a lot that just taken so much. And I think, oh, look at that. We got a 99-cent super sticker from the NDT show. Thank you so much, NDT show. It means a lot to me. We've got some fish coming in, and we're in lieu of having the fish here to show them to you, I thought it would be cool to do kind of a slideshow of eight of the species that we're getting in, and to on each one kind of do like an informational kind of exchange to kind of talk about the fish a little bit where it comes from, and yeah, yeah, and just see how that goes. So let me switch over and get some things red eye. We have a lot of people in here. Chubbs, I'm seeing Catfish Terry. What's up, Catfish Terry? Really appreciate it, my friend, coming by. NDT Show, again, thank you so much. Okay, we're loaded up now. And let me get started with the first wonderful fish that we're bringing in. Here we go. Now we're going to make a little bit of a game out of this episode, if you don't mind. Oh, look at that. We just got a $5 super chat from Xanadudu with a wonderful comment. Jumping on the super chat train. Love your channel and hope to order some fish this week. Thank you so much. You're so very kind. It means so much to me, Xanadudu. That is awesome. But I thought we would make this a bit of a game. You guys get to name the fish. Try to name the fish. You don't have to get, I mean, on this one you do need to try to get the strain right. What do you think this fish is? There's a little bit of a 15 or 20 second delay between when I talk and what you guys hear, and probably another little delay while you're typing your answer. Going ahead and drop in there what species and what strain you think this fish is. If you can do it, let's see who takes first place. Dragon Lair close. IHSP close. Dragon Lair definitely got swords right. They're definitely swords. These are younger, slightly younger species. And I'll wait a few more, I'll give a few more people a chance to try. These are definitely swordtails, okay? They're live bears, they're swordtails. They're not kois. They are helleri, yes. They are Xiphophorus helleri. Can anyone get the strain? This is not a common strain at all. In 3, 2, 1. This is the koi sanke swordtail. This is a European swordtail, and the reason why these look a little bit different is because they're younger. They're a little bit on the younger side. You see the female is on top, the male's on the bottom. This is the koi sanke swordtail. Now the spots on it are just starting to come in. They will get definitely more filled in and less kind of dirty looking. They will be an absolutely wonderful fish for you if you like swordtails. Now a little bit about them. This strain that is basically the wild green swordtail is the Xiphophorus helleri. But what they did is they took little bits of genetics from X variatus and X maculatus and mixed it in and played with, of course, inbreeding. And this is what you get. Like I said, they're live bears. They give birth to live fry. We just got a super chat from RB Animals and Collectibles. New to your channel, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Really means a lot to me. All the support means so much. Now, for these fish, I would definitely recommend nothing smaller than a 10-gallon aquarium. A little bit more on them. They will chase down and eat fry. Like guppies will. Swordtails can be voracious. It's a little bit hit or miss with swordtails. Some guppies, as you well know, can be voracious as well, mollies. So it's best to keep these fish in nothing smaller than a 10-gallon because they do like to move around quite a bit. And please give them plenty of plants. Put a lot of plants in there, a lot of floating plants. Give those fry a chance. Even better than that, with a rare strain like this, if you do choose when we get them in and they clear treatment and all that good stuff, if you choose to pick up a pair of these, I would really recommend that you keep your eye on the female and just move her out of there and move her into a laboring tank, a birthing tank, and just give her a chance to labor and, make sure that that tank has plenty of cover. You could even put her in a little floating sort of a birthing chamber made by Marina. Marina makes a decent one. But whatever you choose to do, it's a good idea to keep these fish in a planted tank because it can be hard to keep up if you have several females in there. They're liable to pop and release fry at any time, and you're really giving those fry a great chance to survive if you put plants in there. So, see what else? Fully grown dominant males of any swordtails, especially Berlins, But these are kind of baddish about it. Fully grown dominant males can become very aggressive towards other males. So if you pick some of these up from time to time, when one male starts getting their Irish starts rising, you might need to separate males from time to time. So that's something to know about going into keeping this beautiful, easy to breed, great fish. It's a great fit for any aquarist. So let's move on to fish number 2. Let me jump over. I'm going to jump over to chat and scroll up and down to see if I missed anything in about 15 minutes. So fish number 2. Let's see if you guys can guess it. Now the photographs don't actually do too much justice to the actual common name for this fish. You see their chins on these two male specimens. I'll point out these are male specimens. Their chins are quite yellow. Now, it doesn't really jibe with the name, the common name, the most commonly known common name of this fish. I'll give you guys a few moments to try to guess what we're dealing with here. Now, if this live stream runs a little bit over, I hope I don't walk on anyone's toes. We do have 8 species to cover. I'm feeling good, I'm in a good place, and I'd like to discuss these wonderful fish with you and, talk about some of the facts that I've gathered and some of my own experiences. Let's see what you guys guess here. What fish are these? I'm waiting for an answer. I don't see too terribly much. Chevy fish got it. They're panchaks. What kind? Can anyone guess? I'll take a scientific name. I'll take a common name. Pardon me, guys. They're not lamp-eyed killies. Now, the largest this fish gets is about 2, maybe 2 1/4 inches. So they are right around that, right there. Boom, Water Wizard got it. Congratulations, Water Wizard. This is Epiplatus dagatai, the red-chinned killifish. Now, that's just one of many common names it has, and that's why I said the photographs that I found to use here, you see the chins on these guys are yellow. Often they're orange. Sometimes they're red. Another name is the black-lipped killifish. It's got, I don't know, 5, 6, 8 common names. I don't know them all. Anyway, this fish comes from tree-lined, slow-moving rivers and especially heavily canopied coastal swamps of Western Africa. This is a Western African fish. It's a beautiful, beautiful specimen. It's almost always found in really dark, very slow-moving waters. It does not like fast-moving waters. These are non-seasonal killifish. These are not killifish that only live for 3 or 4 months and then they snuff it. No, these fish live for an average lifespan of 4 to 5 years in the wild. It's been reported. In aquaria, it's most likely 2 to 4 years, possibly 2 to 3. That's what you could expect to get out of them in captivity. As youngsters, they're very peaceful. They're very playful. They're very gregarious. They just rush all over the place. They're very curious fish as youngsters. And they will play with each other, chase each other around. They don't do a whole lot of fighting when they're young. They'll hang out a lot at the top of your aquarium, as a lot of other killifish will. Now, as they get older, the males will begin from time to time, they'll stake out claims in their tanks like a lot of other killifish will, and sometimes they will begin displaying aggressive behavior. So it's best to be on your toes. If one starts getting a little bit too beat up, pay attention to their tails. These fish often, when they overfight, when they overspar, their tails especially will start to get little splits in them and start to get kind of frayed on the ends. If you see that, that's the losing male. You need to get him out of there. He's getting beaten up, and in a few more days, he'll be dead. You'll find him floating. So, very, very beautiful fish. They really do need to be kept in a group of 5, even better 6. Minimum for these fish is a 20-gallon. I would not recommend a 20 long for these fish. I would recommend a 20 tall or /high for these fish because they spend most of their time at the top of the water, like I've already said. They are predators. They are predator fish. They will eat dwarf shrimp. Do not keep them with dwarf shrimp. They will eat every one. They do really well on frozen. In fact, they really do really well on frozen mysis shrimp, frozen adult brine. They like that. They appreciate nano or micro pellets that are high in protein. It really helps bulk them up. They do well with any of those foods. If you want to breed them, it's really easy to do. You just put a male, female in a tank, feed them well, especially frozen mysis shrimp. Frozen mysis shrimp really get these fish crazy. And put some breeding mops in there and just keep an eye on them. You'll have you'll have eggs in no time, and that's about it. Raising the young, it's best to take the mop out, take the eggs off, whatever your method is. Just keep the water really clean, and when they hatch, just feed the fry on infusoria and baby brine shrimp. Bob's your uncle. So again, this is the Epiplatus daggadi, the red-chinned killifish. Let me move on to the next species. We'll get through the next species. I was very, very surprised to be able to find the next species. I did not expect to find anything out of Myanmar, specifically the Irrawaddy River Basin of Myanmar, also known as Burma. As you know, there's a lot of bad stuff going on from some very, very bad people in their government right now. It's bad news. It's bad news for the Burmese people. They haven't had a square deal in 80 years. It's pretty sad. Because of everything that's going on in Myanmar right now, I was very, very surprised to get any kind of fish out of Burma. These fish, indeed, somehow one of my suppliers got their hands on this fish. Now, I'll give it away. This fish comes from Myanmar. What fish is this? Hurry up, guys. We got to move the show. We got to keep the show moving. What fish do you think this is? And I'm going to have a head off of my e-cigarette. Oh, look at that. Mr. Manifesto nails it out of the gate. This is the gara spilota, also known as the spotted gara, close cousin of the panda gara. Okay, so indeed, this fish is found in the Irrawaddy River Basin of Myanmar. It's called the spotted gara. It's definitely a very, very close cousin to the panda gara. Now, where the panda gara is much more up in the front of the tank and gregarious, kind of playful, not so with this fish. This fish is active, but it definitely hides more back in the shadows. It's definitely much more active at night. It's an excellent algae eater and diatom eater. These fish love to eat brown diatom, green dust algae, all of that stuff. Now, it is omnivorous, and a warning about this fish, it loves to jump. It will absolutely jump out of your tank if you keep it, you might have it in an uncovered tank successfully for a week. But anything beyond that is, man, your mileage may vary. Whoops, let me fix something. Sorry, I knocked the camera. Sorry about that, guys. I hit the camera with my foot. Now, it does need fast-flowing water. This is a fish that definitely enjoys fast-flowing water because that's where it comes from. It's not found in... It's not found in stagnant waters. And the water also needs to be, if you can't give it fast-flowing water, then the next best thing for this fish is just really well oxygenated water. They like both, either or, whatever you can give them. Definitely don't put them in an aquarium with no oxygenation, no flowing water at all. They will not do well, and I don't expect that you'd have them for very long. Another warning about this fish, like I said, they love to eat diatoms, algae. They graze on all that stuff. A word of warning. They are reported to prey on dwarf shrimp babies. So shrimplets. If you have a bunch of neocaridina or caridina or whatever, any kind of dwarf shrimp, beware. I would not keep shrimp with this fish because they will predate on their babies, and some people have even said that they've had them go after adult shrimp and get their legs taken off of them, which of course kills the shrimp. So, word of warning there. This is not a common fish. This fish, the first one that we showed, which was the Xiphophorus helleri, those are very uncommon fish. This one even more so. The spotted gara is a very uncommon fish to come across, especially with everything that's going on, like I said, right now in Myanmar. So let me take a break really quickly and jump over to chat. I want to do a quick scan up and make sure that I haven't missed too terribly much. Remember, guys, please, at Redfish Bluefish with any questions or comments. I've got a lot to cover, and we're already almost half an hour through this one. We're definitely going to run over the hour this time, so hope you guys won't mind. Doing a quick scan. Again, I'm coming across super chats. That's awesome, guys. You guys rock. Thank you so much. I don't think I've actually missed anything so far. I think people are just kind of enjoying the photos and the info. Hope so. That's what I hope you guys take away from this show more than anything else. I wanted to share information about these amazing species. So next, you guys know that I am well becoming known for an Apistogramma head, an Apisto freak, an Apisto junkie. So I'll give that much to you. This next fish is an Apistogramma. Which one is it? I would like the species, and if you can, the variation as well. An absolutely beautiful fish. Nobody can argue with that. This is an Apistogramma. I'll let you guys guess the species, and if you can, the strain. There are a lot of different color strains, color variants, I would say, that all of which are man-made. So what do you guys think? What fish are we looking at here? Sean OOTD, Colin Dibbs, Gina French saying, wow. IHSPs, Tank Tribe saying, holy cow. So what fish are we looking at here, guys? This is an Apistogramma. Dragon layer, very close. You got the species right. This is an Apistogramma agassizii. And there are about, I don't know, 10 at least color strains, distinct color strains that you don't want to mix. This is the Apistogramma agassizii fire red. Fire red. The reason why it is called the fire red is because its dorsal looks exactly like they are flames coming off of a burning log. Imagine that the back of the fish is the surface of the log. It looks very much like flames rising off. You know, that's how cool the dorsal fin looks. Now, on the males, really good specimens on these males, you'll get that white band around the caudal fin, the tail fin. And it looks, with the rays in the fin, it looks just like it's a rocket blasting through space. Really, really excellent fish. So a little bit about the agassizii. It's been around for a long time in the trade, which is exactly why I'm going to talk about a few other traits. It was discovered in 1875. Now, of course, indigenous native people knew about this fish long before some white guy came over and said, I have discovered it in 1875. It's very undemanding in trade these days. It's not notable for any sort of over-the-top aggression at all. And this is because it's been in the trade for so long. This color variant, or morph if you prefer, is a totally man-made. And because the agassizii has been in the trade for so long, it's adapted to a wide range of water parameters. So it's not actually, as Apistogrammas go, it's not particularly picky about water parameters. Now, if you want them to breed like crazy, well, you do need to get them in softer water, make it more acidic, put plants in there. It's a big thing with Apistogrammas, guys. Any of you successful Apistogramma people out there would tell you plant cover, make it like their home, make it like where they come from. Lots of leaf litter, on the ground, mosses, plants in the back. Stem plants are great. Rocks, they'll start breeding like crazy. But because they've been in the trade for so long, they're not nearly as demanding on water parameters as a lot of their other cousins that are in the same genus. They do well on flakes, micro pellets. They definitely appreciate frozen food from time to time. Bloodworms, they're junkies for bloodworms. See what else? 10-gallon aquarium is just fine for a pair, even a trio of these guys. They're really easy to breed. Like I said, they're not difficult to breed. Just give them plants and cover. I will say, though, that with this fish, when they breed and the female begins protecting the eggs, you really do need to get the male out of there. And any other fish, get them out of there. Because when the eggs hatch, if there are other fish in there, the female is going to become an absolute psycho. She's going to become a psychopath. And she's going to start chasing down any other fish that gets anywhere near, which will stress her out, draw her away from the other babies, right, as they hatch. And they're going to start getting picked off by other fish. As you know, Apistogramma, females of this species, 1.5 inches, tops, maybe 1 3/4 inches. That's as big as they get. So there's only so much ground that poor female is going to be able to cover to protect those poor babies. So, be nice, get the other fish, including the male, out, because the female will act like a total B-word to the male once those eggs hatch. It's just in their nature of Apistogrammas to do that. So we're going to move on from there, from this wonderful fish, and the next species. This, I have been looking to get some of these. I tried to get some, months ago when I brought, the last shipment in. It's been a while since I've gotten anything in because I've been building the shop out. I tried to get some of these guys, and I failed miserably. Tell me what you think this next thing is. I've got a bunch of these guys coming in, and I'm very, very happy because they're very difficult to find, extremely rare in the trade. Very uncommon to come across these. Kyle's Aquarometrics saying, I have a Hong Slow Eye female and male super red agassizii in a 10-gallon. They're best friends, BFFs now. At first, the female chased and tried to kill him constantly. I'm kind of surprised about that. That's cool, though. I like that. Kind of, unlikely friends story. So, guys, what do you think this is? What kind of creature, strange creature, are you looking at here? Got a lot of info on this guy. Bingo! Chubbs Aquatic says trapdoor snail. That is one of the many names for this guy. Congratulations, Chubbs. This is Philopalodina martensi, the white ghost wizard snail. It's also known as the white mage snail, the ghost piano river snail, the white trapdoor snail, or as Chubbs just pointed out, trapdoor snail. It's very rare to come across in the trade, like I say. They do come from Southeast Asia. These guys live for a long time. They live up to 5 years. They come from Southeast Asia, especially Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos as well. Let's see, what can I tell you about this? They grow up to 2 inches in length from tip to fattest point. Super peaceful snails. They're omnivorous. They are a trapdoor snail, so if you spook them, they'll go back up into their snail and their shell, and they'll close up on you. They got a really nice, slightly off-white color, as you can see, and as you can see on the specimen, as you get kind of up towards the tip of the shell, they get darker. Pretty much every specimen I've ever seen does that. Their body is a really weird kind of yellow color, and it's got brown spots on it, but a really cool feature of this animal, and you can see it in this photograph here, their face, like the front of their face and the antenna that come off of the front of their face, are a really deep blue color, really strange looking snail. Like I said, they're omnivorous, they're really peaceful. If you spook them, they'll go back in their shell. They come out a lot at night. They definitely do not eat plants unless it's the only thing they have to eat. They don't like eating live plants. They will eat dead plant material. In fact, that's the main thing that they eat. They're also known to eat leftover fish food on the bottom, especially fish flakes, that sort of thing. So what else can I tell you about these guys? Oh, another weird thing about this snail, is that they are a partial filter feeder. They have highly specialized gills that when they breathe, they're constantly filtering the water, and they're eating microorganisms. They collect it in their gills and they eat that way as well. So that's another weird feature about this snail that we don't usually come across in the freshwater world. They are gonocroistic, meaning that there is a male and a female, right? They need a male and a female to reproduce. They have a very, very slow, low rate of reproduction, which is exactly why you don't see them that commonly in the trade. They reproduce very slowly in nature. And I haven't heard of any results, people trying to breed them in aquaria. I'm sure it's possible. Let's see, what else can I tell you? The males have a modified antenna. One of them's much thicker at the base than the other. That's one way you can easily pick out a male from a female. The female will have, same size antennas, and that's about it. Because they're kind of uncommon in the trade, makes them a little bit on the pricey side. A little word of warning there. Okay, guys. Now, let's see if, and now you'll be able to pick out this next fish easy. Here we go. Now, what strain is this? Now, this is going to throw a lot of people, because people that sell these fish have kind of bastardized the names between them. They've mixed it up. There's been a lot of moving around of, how can I say it? People have applied the wrong name to the right fish, or the right name to the wrong name to the wrong fish. There we go. Man, I am having a rough time talking today. It's going to be one of those weekends. So what strain do you think this is, guys? We're bringing some of these in. Leah Jet says super red koi angel. No, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. These I'll give you a hint. These are not kois. These are not kois. I'll give you a few more minutes and see if you can figure it out. Just leave koi out of it. These are not koi angelfish. They look like them because so much mixing has gone on between the strains and the names of the strains. Dragon layer, good guess. Not a red marble. This is a red devil. This is a red devil angelfish. Aquaball says super real nice angels. There we go. Aquaballs wins. No, I'm joking. Dirty longfin goldfish, Geek Boy says. No, these are called red devils. Now, what red devils are supposed to be, okay, is that there's not supposed to be any large patches of white on them at all. They're a lot like kois. And let me back up a little bit. Back in the day, koi angelfish were made by taking a non-striped freshwater angelfish, a nose stripe, right? A nose stripe angelfish and golden angelfish, scalares, and mixing them together, right? And what you ended up with was a fish that had like these big gold patches on it, but they also had big white patches on it, and they would intermix in a really kind of interesting pattern that kind of reminded people of like a koi, like those white and gold kois, and they called them koi angels. Now, what red devils are, they're not supposed to have any large patches of white on them. They can have little splotches of white on, little dots of white, and small patches of white, but no large patches of white. They're mainly a very, very deep orange, almost approaching red, with black. And as you can see on this fish, there is some white on it, but it's very, very little. What else can I say about this fish? Pterophyllum scalare, and just like any other angelfish, it's a cichlid, man. It's an angelfish. Now, the strain that I'm bringing in is German. So these will be German fish. I'm very, very, very looking forward to getting some of these guys in and seeing what their quality is. This is kind of this species that I'm bringing in is more to explore, I admit, than anything else. I want to see their quality. I've seen some really good red devils before, and I really like the fish. So we'll see how they look when they come in. Okay, guys, we only have 2 left. Hey, we're zipping through it pretty good. 1041, that's not bad at all. I'm Let me do a real quick scan up and see if I've missed anything in chat, guys. Apologies if I have. Well, it looks like we're good. Wow. Cool. Nice, guys. Okay, the next species, you're going to be able to pick it out immediately. Now, if you can pick out the strain, I'll be floored. I'll be floored, guys, if you can pick out the strain. This is definitely a European strain. I've only seen it for sale a couple of times here. And here we go. All right, all you guppy heads, jump in there and tell me if you can guess the name of this strain. And as far as I know, this only has one name so far. Dragonlair says, it's still a red marble without the fancy name, Jason. Okay, I'll give you that. Cool. What fish are we looking at? It is definitely a Poecilia reticulata. This is a guppy. Someone guessed the strain. Someone guessed the strain. Look at the tail. Start at the tail on this. That will tell you. Shauna OTD says a blue-green one. Well, you're pretty close, actually. Start at the tail, and that'll tell. Oh, Chevy fish right there. Really close. Bluegrass guppy. That's real close. I'm going to have to give that to Chevy fish. Chevy fish, you know your potatoes. Okay, this is the emerald blue-red grass guppy. RB Animals and Collectibles guessed rainbow guppy. That's actually a wonderful name. I'd love to call it a rainbow guppy. This is indeed the emerald blue-red grass guppy. And you can see where they're getting the emerald. It's got that emerald on the body for sure. And little patches of red, and look at that blue in the tail with the grass for sure. So anytime you see grass, expect to see a tail with a pattern and a texture and with the little veins running through it, just like you see in that photograph. That is total 100% grass genetics right there. But it is a really, really nice guppy. I can't wait to get these guys in. I'm not going to waste too much time on this guy. I mean, a guppy's a guppy. Everyone knows guppies. You know them, you love them. I've got a ton of them in the shop. I'm actually trying to bring in. Word's not final yet. Trying to bring in 8 different European strains of guppies to get established here. And looking forward to seeing those. I'm a sucker for guppies. I mean, it's kind of one of the fish that won me over into being such a fish nerd in the first place. So all hail King Guppy. Okay, guys, we are down to our last fish. Now, I'm going to be a hard butt on this one. And I'm not going to be so easy on giving you the name on this one, okay? Now, I talked to Kenny E today. So, Kenny E, if you're watching, you can't play because I already told you what this fish is. Kenny E, don't answer. You'll give it away. Okay, guys, the 10th and final fish. You know I'm such a freak for him. Here we go. What do you think we're looking at here, guys? I'm going to catch up. I'm going to scroll up and chat and read while you guys chit-chat back and forth and try to tell me what you're looking at here. What kind of fish? And strain, please. I will tell you that this fish has not been fully identified yet. So this is one of those SP fishes. Let's see if you guys can figure it out. Just scrolling up in chat. IHSP's Tank Tribe says, another Apisto. Yes, this is an Apistogramma. Can you guys tell me which one it is? This is definitely not a Cocotoides. This is not a sunny cichlid, but I like the name. I like sunny cichlid. And they do actually have quite a sunny disposition as Apistogrammas go. This is not an Apistogramma borellii. No, this is an extremely extremely hard to come across Apistogramma, and I'm really, really pleased to have secured a number of them. They will be in. This is known as Apistogramma SP Rotpunkt, which is German for red point, and you can see where it gets that name. So it is really uncommon as Apistogrammas go because it's yellow. The male yellow is very much the common color, the background color of this Apistogramma, and you get those little red points all over it. It also has that amazing blue mask, and that red on the blue mask really, really kind of pops and stands out. So anytime you see a male Apisto that's strangely enough yellow and it's got red dots on it, that is your cue. You're looking at an Apistogramma SP red point, or rotpunkt. Okay, so this is a fish that is native to the upper portion of the Orinoco River in Venezuela. This is a Venezuelan Apistogramma. It only shows up in the hobby from time to time, very, very rarely, very not cheap, not a cheap fish, not an inexpensive fish, I should say, under names such as SP Black Edge and SP Schwarzsaum, and what's the other one I wrote down? Puerto Narino. If you ever come across someone using the names Black Edge, Schwarzsaum, or Puerto Narino, that's a rotpunkt. That's a red point Apistogramma. So what can I tell you about it? Maximum size that the males get, about 2 inches, maybe a little bit over 2 inches if you really feed them really, really well on frozen food. They really do well on frozen food. The females will get maximum about half as large as the males will on average. The color, you're looking at a couple of males here kind of facing off with each other, figuring out, hey, what are we going to do? The females, like I say, get about half as large as the males, and always have this dull, they're very dull. The females are very boring and very dull, kind of a light gray color, until they're ready to breed. Now, when they're ready to breed, these female Apistogrammas, these red point females, they will turn really yellow. Like anytime you see them starting to yellow up, they're ready to breed. And at that point, they're going to start acting kind of funny. They're going to start hanging around the back of your aquarium, spending a lot of time looking for a suitable place. Again, like with most other Apistogrammas, the most successful breeders have really great luck in deeply planted tanks. You know, make it, like I said, make it like their home. Lots of leaf litter, lots of stones in there, rocks, sticks, stems in the back. Crypts are great. Lots of plants. You know, make it really heavily planted. Make it like their natural environment. And before you know it, you will end up with clutches between 20 and 50 eggs. That's typically how many eggs this fish lays at a time. And like I said with other Apistogrammas, if the male or any other fish are really in there with them, you had better get them out, because that female is going to become crazy when those eggs hatch and those babies, those little wigglers start coming out. Trust me, she will become a flippin' axe murderer, and she'll run herself ragged, trying to keep everyone away from her fry. You'll start losing fry again. With a lot of fish, I'm a fan of raising the fry with the parents, especially angelfish. And it's very controversial. People, you know, fish nerds get into big, huge, giant fish nerd fights and get nasty. But I am a big fan of raising angelfish fry with their parents. You know, you see bad effects from some practices in fish rooms. Stripping. A lot of people that raise cichlids, they get into the habit of constantly stripping, you know, eggs out of the mouths of their cichlids. After a while, it starts altering the behavior of the fish, and that's not good. So what else can I say? This fish definitely does not like most other Apistogrammas, doesn't like too much flow, and that's about it. What else? It's a particularly shy Apistogramma. Now, this is one of the more shy ones, but if you keep dithering fish around it, like cardinal tetras, penguin tetras, really peaceful little guys, not too many of them, because once they lay eggs, you're going to have to dig those fish out of there. but keep some dithering fish with them, and it'll kind of help draw them out of the back towards the front of the tank, and you'll find that they'll start to get used to you, and they'll become friendly, much friendlier, I should say. So guys, that is the 10th and final species that I wanted to cover today in today's show. And look at that. We knocked it out in 51 minutes. That's amazing. I didn't think that we could do it. And sorry for any kind of audio problems or bumping the camera around too much while we looked at these fish. Let me roll backwards through them, give you guys another look. And these are only 10, was it 10? Oh, I'm sorry, 8. Geez, did I do 8? I'm sorry, I said 10, I think. I meant to say 8. 8 species out of 65 new species that we're bringing in. Now, we are re-upping on some other things that we've had in and that we're low on. We're bringing in some other things that we ran out of completely. So, rolling back. We've got the emerald blue-red grass guppy. The red devil angelfish. The white ghost wizard snail, also known as a whole bunch of other names. And one of my favorites on the order, the Apistogramma agassizii fire red variety. Our shy, peaceful little friend, the spotted gara. I still can't believe I got some of these coming out of Myanmar. Oop, sorry about that, guys. That was me clicking the wrong scene in the broadcast. Moving back from the spotted gara, we've got the red-chinned killifish. And where we started the live stream, the koi sanke swordtails. Now, Dragon Lair asked earlier, I hate leading people on and I hate letting people down, but I hate leading people on even more. Dragon Lair, I have still not been able to find your Turkish greens. I have looked high and low. I've looked on this order, the previous one. I've spoken with angelfish breeders. I don't know what's going on right now, but I can find neither hide nor hair nor fin of that strain that you're asking for. I've even looked for something similar, but I know that you have fairly impeccable tastes, and I don't think that you would settle for anything apart from your Turkish greens. So rest assured, I am still on the lookout for your request and for many other requests that have come through. A comment there from Sunset Jen. Great collection. Lucky for my MTS you don't ship to Oz. yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wish I could. Oh, actually, man, shipping internationally. Oh man, man, what a nightmare that would be. Shipping domestically is work enough, guys. Trust me on that one. But let me keep scrolling up and see if I've missed anything. Gina French asking, will rosy loaches go well with pygmy cories? Rosy loaches. I don't think that you would have any problem with those. I don't think you'll have any problem with those, Gina. I think you'll be okay. I mean, pygmy loaches are... Let's talk about those little guys. I love pygmy loaches. They're really cool because they're so teeny tiny and they don't get any bigger than that. But they're also really cool because they school together really well and they spend a really significant amount of time swimming through the water column. They love to school through the midwater, like kind of through the middle of your tank. And it's just, the pygmy cories are so cool, man. They're so cute. I think that you could keep them together, Gina. I think that you'd be in good shape. I mean, like, as with any other fish, when you add a fish with another one, just keep an eye on them for the first couple days. I had some horrible results keeping two kinds of fish together. I'll share this story with you to tell you what, kind of why I'm talking about this. Spend a little time on this. I added some beautiful little kubotai rasboras into a 20-gallon tall aquarium with a bunch of Carry Super Blue Tetras. Remember, I had a bunch of those in the shop, and they sold out like that, like in no time flat. Let me tell you, those Carry Super Blue Tetras absolutely demolished those little green Kubotai rasboras. They attacked them. They ate every last fin off of every last fish in a matter of no time flat. And I was horrified because I wasn't in the shop. I came back, and every single Kubotai rasbora was dead and stuck to filter intakes. And that's kind of why I'm kind of underscoring, you know, anytime you add a fish with another fish, just watch them, you know, watch them right in the beginning. And if you see anybody going for anyone else's, you know, fins, any kind of behavior like that, get them out of there. Get them out of there quick. Well, it looks like we have 50 in here right now and 40 thumbs up. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it. I guess that's the end of the show. We ran through all of our species. Well, not all of our species. We ran through 8 of the 65 or so that we're bringing in. And really looking forward to getting some new blood in the shop here. We've also got a pretty significant plant order coming in within the next week and a half or so. Shipping is a little slow right now. And I look forward to maybe in the next couple of live streams jumping in and getting back to one of my really comfortable roots, which is plants, plant keeping, aquascaping, that sort of thing. So guys, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out with me. You've been watching Redfish Bluefish, and I will see you again next weekend right here on YouTube at 10 a.m. Pacific. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm trying to find my controls. There we go. That's 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, right back here on FishTube. Like I told you, it's going to be a long weekend, man. I can't even speak today. I'm so tired. It was a long night last night working here in the shop. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves. I hope you've enjoyed yourself, your times here, and we'll see you soon.